Oh, hey, yeah. Sorry, wasn't focused. That was not helpful, was it? Right. That's why this video is about focus and consistency. Why it's important and how I will train myself in order to become more focused and consistent. Um, Reason why and what we'll cover in this video is why focus and consistency are the keys to sustainable growth, my struggle with focus and consistency, and how I'm training myself now to become more consistent and focused. And last, some useful links that that I have found in order to become more focused and consistent. But first, about me. What up? Short introduction. My name is Jörg Sikkes. I help entrepreneurs that want to accelerate the sustainable revolution by helping their businesses grow and scale sustainably. I do that with my knowledge, I do that with AI, and I do that with the help of my following. So, let's dive right on in. Let's stay focused, let's stay consistent. The reason why I wanted to make this video is because more and more, the more I think about it, the more it gets clear to me that focus and consistency are all that is necessary to become successful. Now, first, I might have to tell you the definition that would be useful about what I see focus and consistency as. And I see focus as the ability to say no to all the things but the thing that matter. So it's not about saying yes, it's about saying no. Because a no is a yes for the thing that really matters. And consistency is just doing the thing over and over and over and over again and not get distracted. And I think the reason why it's so important, because it is really simple to become great at anything. If you want to be a really great entrepreneur, it is quite simple, but not easy. If you want to really be a really great salesman, it's quite simple, but not easy. You'll have to do, if you want to become a great salesman, all you have to do is make 10,000 sales conversations. Do that and you'll be very good at it. I can promise you that. If you want to be great at lead generation, just send out 10,000 DMs and you'll become great at it. It's that simple. Now, if you want to have a lot of money, that's also a good idea to do. Like, for example, if you would make one video per day for the rest of your life, or for 10 years for that matter, you will be insanely rich at the end of it. You will be a millionaire. Promise you that. But then the thing becomes like, how do I actually do that? How do I stay consistent? How do I not get distracted? How do I do that? Another reason why this is important to train ourselves in order to be more consistent and focused is because we live in a distracting world where time and attention has become the biggest currency of all. Attention, for that matter, is the most important asset that you have. It's not exactly time, because you can waste time. It is attention, it's energy, your energy. Focus. Where focus goes, energy flows. And the last one, focus and consistency are the Achilles heel of starting and struggling entrepreneurs. Because that's what has gotten us into entrepreneurship in the first place, that enthusiasm about something new, and we got rewarded for switching what we did. But yeah, then we take the wrong lesson from it and saying like, oh, switching things a lot, being very flexible and changing is actually helpful, but it's not. And I was also thinking that if I can overcome it, I can help other people to do it as well. Right? Right. So let me tell you first about my personal struggle with focus and consistency. It's kind of like a standard struggle. And I would have wished that I was born with focus and consistency, because that, I think, is one of the most important traits as an entrepreneur now. But I also know that focus and consistency is a muscle. You have to exercise to make it easier. And what happened for me is uninformed enthusiasm. I can be very enthusiastic about a lot of different things, which is kind of a good trait and a bad trait in one. It's a bad trait to have if you act on it in different businesses. Like, this is what happened. So first I started in website development. Well, I got kind of good at that. And then I thought, like, this is kind of boring. How do I make this into a big business? Then I found lead generation interesting. So I wanted to learn how to do that. And then I changed what I did for people. I didn't want to build websites anymore. I wanted to do advertising on Google for people. Now, there is a good side to that because now I have like a broad view of things and I can be a good advisor now. But if you focus on your own company and then you switch between what you do a lot of times, you do not have enough time to become really good at it. And I've learned from Alex Ramosi, I had like a few days ago such an interesting video about uninformed enthusiasm and the circle the loop that you're in. So it's uninformed enthusiasm, then informed pessimism. Then what happens to most people is they stop and have uninformed enthusiasm about something else, because the truth is it's all shit. Every company, no matter what it is it has shit, and you just have to go through it long enough. The first boss of entrepreneurialism is sticking through it. That's the boss that you got to beat first. So 2, thinking there is a better period or a better time to do things, or this isn't the right time, or you think, hey, there's a better chance. This is not the right chance. Well, the truth is, again, any company can work as long as you focus on one, because there are so much things to do for just one company that if you have 2, you have to double that, and then you've doubled the work. So if you have 3 or 4 or 5 businesses, you're just spread too thin. I will leave a link to that video because I think it's worth watching for every entrepreneur that is having a hard struggle with this, and even if you are not, which I cannot imagine, but if you do, good for you. Yeah, so for me it was hard to stay consistent as well. Like, I get distracted a lot, and I have a really busy brain, and you have these dopamine rushes. And anyway, let's just say it wasn't very easy for me, and it's probably the thing that has made it so that I am not where I wanted to be at 30 when I started dreaming up as an entrepreneur at the beginning. But now I know a lot about entrepreneurialism in the broad sense, so there's that. Anyway, plan of attack. How am I going to train myself? Well, I watched Alex, and he said, oh, all you have to do if you want to have leads, if you want to grow your business, all you have to do is 100 reach outs per day. Now, I did like a test to see how much reach outs I could do in 2 hours, which was only 25. Now, of course, if you do it more, you will be faster. But spending 8 hours a day on reach out is just not doable for me right now, because I have other things to do. I have to fulfill customers, I have to do administration, I have to do planning, I have to lead my team, to do meetings. So that's not always possible. And it's just way too much. Oh, you have to be disciplined. And I also read the book Atomic Habits, which Alex also recommends. And he's just, in that book, it's a way better system. And it just says like, yes, focus and consistency are just a muscle. And you need to exercise. If you want to learn a new habit or want to de-learn a new habit, or an old habit that is not working well for you, don't try to do it all at once. It just doesn't work, and it ends up just frustrating yourself. You have to train it. So I would like to add something to what Alex says, because if you do 100 reach outs per day, yes, you would have massive success if you would do that for a year. But I would argue not do that right away. Start with 10. And if you feel like it, do more. But after you've done 10, reward yourself. And I'm going to do that with an app called Habitica, which gamifies habits, which is kind of fun. And if you want to team up with me, I am making a party, so let's do it. So reward yourself for small wins and build from there. So first, be successful at 10, and then reward yourself for every 10 extra that you do. In Habitica, you can just plus and you get some money and you get some experience. So I've programmed it now, like every time I do 10 reach outs, I can press the plus one time and I get money, and they can spend that money on rewards. If that doesn't make sense, just download the app and you'll see. Anyway, this is just one example. You can reward yourself in different ways. You can reward yourself with a cup of tea. You can reward yourself with a nice song that you like. And I also think it's important to don't deny, utilize. So you have bad habits, but they are there for a reason. They are fulfilling a need within you. And I will have a link to Atomic Habits Summary, which is very nicely done. It's on YouTube, so it's free. And it says about like, hey, do not negate and try to just throw away these negative habits, because they do something for you. You enjoy them. They're easy. So they can become your rewards, and you can combine them with habits that you find harder. Like you can combine Netflix with working out. You can combine listening to songs with cleaning, or Netflix with cleaning. Yeah, and also there's this thing about changing perspective. So, for example, when I talk about reach outs to people, I can see that as sales, I can see that as work. And there can be this negative association to work. So you can ask yourself, what do you like about work? What do you like about sales? And how else can you think about it? So sales could be making new friends. Sales could be coaching people to find out what truly stops them. It could be, well, making great conversation, whatever it is, or finding the right people that I can help with my service, or all three. Now, if you think about it that way, always it becomes different for you. So change the language. Now, like I promised, useful links that I will send you in the description of this long form video, is Alex Wake Up Calls. So the videos that have really hit home for me, and where I realized that this is the most important thing that you can train to do as an entrepreneur, especially as you're starting out. And the summary on Atomic Habits, there's a video of that dopamine detox, which I kind of liked, which I want to test out. I watched it yesterday. I will link to you the Habitica app, and I will also I have found some other videos as well that can provide a lot of use for you. So I will add as much as I can to the description, and that'll be that. So, last but not least, thank you for watching. Please leave a like. Please focus on liking and subscribing now, please. If you do, I would be really, really grateful. It helps me, because progress equals happiness. If I have to believe Tony Robbins, and and I do. Now, last but not least, just remember, all you have to do is break through and grow like bamboo, because the world needs us to. Oh, and don't forget to enjoy the heck out of it too. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. And well, that's it. Thank you. Bye.